Hey, Rudd, you got to do the Paul thing because he's not here.
What's his thing again?
Hey-oh! You got to do that thing.
I do it quietly since
oh, yeah.
Sleeping next door.
Oh, yeah. Hey-oh. Oh, perfect. Look at that.
It's sensitive. You like that?
Hey, everybody. It's Bass and Brews, your weekly distraction from high-quality podcasts. I'm, as Paul put it, I'm small Alex. We've got Alex Rudd here, big Alex.
Let's go.
Paul's going to show up later. I was going to give him shit about it, but, I've missed, 8 episodes this year, so,
you know. And you had that whole stint where you just, weren't here.
I just fucking weren't there. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Didn't even show up.
Hey, if you guys want to help support the show, head on over to patreon.com/Bass and Brews. That's patreon.com/Bass and Brews. Come become a producer of the show. That'll also give you access to Last Call with Alex and Paul, the now Twitch exclusive show for just our Patreon members.
Nice.
Just a reminder, we are doing the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Fishing Edition over on Twitch. By the time this comes out, the first one should be up. That's us watching Blood Hook with all of you awesome producers and making fun of that awful movie. If you have any movie recommendations or anything, you can send them to bassandbrews@gmail.com, or you can send us an email there and we can get you a link to the Discord server where there's always a bunch of shenanigans of brewskis being stupid degenerates. So
I got one that y'all need to watch.
What you got?
I gotta remember the title. Right. And when I remember the title, I'll let you know. But it's about dude, it's horrible. So you know the dude who plays Goose in Top Gun?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. He's like the main guy in this movie.
Let's see if we can track this down. Okay.
It's a movie. I think it took place in South Carolina, and it's a movie about the two first mentally handicapped people who get married.
What?
And bro, some of the crap, because the movie's supposed to be serious.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, some of the stuff that they say in that movie is just it's pure comedy. It is terrible. But man, I remember watching it, and you're trying to take it serious, but I mean there's. Dude, it's just you gotta watch it. It's fantastic. That would be a perfect movie for the Twitch stream if you're doing movies.
Thanks. I feel like that's right. Are you talking about Revenge of the Nerds too? Is that what you're talking about?
Something like that. What was that guy's name? Goose.
Anthony Edwards is the name of the actor.
Okay, Anthony Edwards. I think that's who it was. Let me look. I'll see if I.
So we're gonna add these in. This might not be.
Well, Anthony Edwards is not who I was thinking of. Apparently, he plays for the Timberwolves. When
a different Anthony Edwards,
different one. Okay, go on. I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're good. So we're not going to be doing these movie things forever unless you guys like it. We're just going to try something different. Paul's normally here to say, just a reminder, it's not like this. We don't sit down with the guest. It's Paul and I talking to you guys, the producers, live. And this one we're going to be making fun of. Blood Hook is the one that should be the November one. It was supposed to be the October one. Hey, Rudd, did you know that YouTube doesn't like it when you play a copyrighted movie, even though it's a piece of shit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah. Listen, I got a copyright strike the other day for a song that was playing in the background on someone else's radio.
That sucks.
I'm watching through the video, and it's you got a copyright strike for Ozzy Osbourne's No More Tears. And I'm like, what in the, I wasn't listening. And I go in, and it's another dude at the boat ramp who was blaring it in the background, is a joke. And it was 20 seconds, and it got me for it. I'm that's actually pretty impressive.
What's funny is now you should let them know that you're a big YouTube star, and you should just get a boat that goes around you and tells everybody to turn off their music.
Yeah, that's listen, if only I was that big of a YouTube star. I can't find this movie. I'm gonna find it for you and tell you. But anyway, go ahead.
So what's funny though is we got a copyright strike in the middle. We had this whole thing planned. I worked to get the layout perfect on this live stream. Everybody's having a good time. 15 minutes in, I'm starting to get texts of yo, it's a black screen. You guys got cut off.
Gosh.
And so we set up another one, and we were all right, we're going to have to figure this out. We're talking to everybody. Dude, they copy striked that one, too, for no fucking reason. They were just no, that one, too.
Stupid, dude. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. To me, it's one of those things, at what point is it, fair use or whatever? But I guess it's not. I don't know.
There is. I had to do some research. There's a way you can do it, but you're still going to run the risk on YouTube. But I found out on Twitch, you can just play a full screen of a movie and let it run, and nothing will happen.
Twitch don't care. Twitch is whatever y'all want to do. Just get on here and let her rip, baby.
Right. So I was happy because otherwise we're going to have to go to Kick And that's even more unhinged and crazy. I wasn't going to mess with that, but we want to do it as a really fun time. Paul talks about it. It's like, we love talking to everybody, but we were like genuinely really excited to like riff on old fishing or outdoors movies. So
yeah. Bloodhook. I don't even heard of that one.
Dude, Bloodhook is about a serial killer during a muskie fest in Wisconsin.
That sounds awesome.
One of the dudes, this was made in like 82, I think. So one of the dudes is wearing long earrings, but then they have like...
I was just looking at pictures of it now, yeah.
Dude, they have like plugs for the earrings. Like they're like, not the spacer plugs, but like Rapalas hanging from his ears, dude. It's hilarious.
That's so good. That's awesome.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, man? We, I've already figured out the title for this one, where it's going to be like, it's not 2025 until we have a Rudd episode.
That's right. I like that. I like that attitude. Yeah, dude, I've been doing all kinds of stuff. I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, like I told you in the green room.
Yeah.
I have a big old deer right now.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of shifted into, dude, I'm not seriously hunted in many years. And set up a game camera behind my house and just kind of been watching the deer because I knew I had a bunch of deer and I knew I had a couple big bucks. And what kind of spurred it for me this year was I was actually mowing my yard in like September and look off in the ditch, and one of my ones that I know is one of my big bucks is laying down there dead and got hit by a car. And I was like, well, crap. I was like,
what a waste.
Yeah, I was like, what a waste. And I was like, but I'm going to put a game camera up. Like, I want to see what these deer are doing. Like, what was that deer doing? Why was he out there? Like, when did he get hit? You know,
hitchhiking.
Yeah, he's out there hitching. Like, hey, guys, it's skinwalker is what it actually
He's the worst skinwalker ever.
Yeah. It's only on Tuesdays that I walk out there and somebody from the woods goes, Alex. And what it is. I've not heard it since he died, though. So I put this game camera up and started watching these deer, and it just got like, I don't know, like, got that itch again, like the itch to kill something. And so I love archery. I've shot a bow my whole entire life. Long story short of it, my dad actually shot on the national level Hoyt team. So he shot for Hoyt. Like he was like loved archery. So I was always like a bow hunter, but I really, really like killing them with a muzzle loader. And so a muzzle loader season starts.
Is that just a gun?
Yeah, it's a gun, but you load it from the muzzle.
Okay. Is that like black powder?
Black powder. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Now these are modernized like versions of these. I mean, like you still make 100-yard shot with this thing easy. But I just really, I don't know why. Like it's just one of those things I like killing with a muzzle loader. Right. I don't know, whatever that is. And so that opens this week. And so I've got this giant deer on my game camera. I'm hoping that his want for deer coitus gets him out of the dark night mode that he's in. He's like Bruce Wayne right now. He only gets up at 1 o'clock in the morning. And so we'll do that. But other than that, man, just fishing, having a good time. Went down to been to Georgia and Alabama, and we went to New York this year and Michigan, and I'm going to Louisiana at the end of November. So that'll be fun.
That's a good time.
Yeah, we're gonna go down there, do some red fishing and some nutria hunting.
There you go. That's not really hunting nutria, right? That's just shooting them off the side of the road.
It's murder. Yeah, it's nutria murder, which is good, though. They're an invasive species. So
100%. We had the boat in the shipyards in Pascagoula, Mississippi. Yeah. And we were like, hey, we're going to go. We had like a long weekend, like a 5-day weekend, something crazy. We were like, we're going to go to New Orleans, go experience all that, Mardi Gras, all that, right? But on the way down there, the guy who took us down there, he was a local to the area. Yeah. So all of a sudden, the whole truck... Well, it wasn't a truck. It was kind of a truck. It was a van that had a bed. Yeah.
Cool.
Veers off to the side. And we're like, what the fuck? Because we're all like drinking beers in the back. Completely against the law, but, statute of limitations.
Yeah, whatever.
Come at me, Uncle Sam. I'm fucking retired. Anyways, and all of a sudden, he like reaches down below and he pulls out a fucking gun. And he's like, there's fucking nutria. Let's pop them. There was at least like 25 of these things, like in a canal ditch, and we just fucking laid waste to all of them.
Oh yeah.
Like flat out murder, and like this is like, oh shit, this is a 06.
Yeah.
So like cell phones weren't that great, so I'm like on my BlackBerry trying to figure out like what are we supposed to do with this, like carcasses everywhere. Yeah. And some fucking hillbilly shows up and he's just like, y'all gonna keep those? And we're like, fuck no. And he's like, hell yeah. And he starts loading up these dead nutria into his truck.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, it's crazy because, like in Louisiana, where my buddy Vinny's from, well, number one, he eats them. He's nuts.
Yes.
That dude will eat anything.
They're not bad. I've had them. They're not bad.
But you can take their tails and get like $15 a pop for them.
That's what the guy wanted. Is he wanted to cut the tails, and then he said he was going to use the rest for like bait. Like he was going to meal them down and put them in crab pots or whatever.
That's a different breed of humans down there, bro. That's it's a different speed than what anything I know. It's crazy.
I loved it. And one, like this vehicle we had, it was legit like a white creeper van.
Yeah.
But then it had a whole nother section where it was just like the bed of a truck cut off with an extra axle back there welded onto the back.
That's so cool.
And we got it off Craigslist for $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
There was 8 of us that put in money for it because we were going to be in Pascagoula for 6 months. And we were like, yo, we need we need a vehicle.
You need a rape van with
Dude, we fucked that van up. We would skateboard the fucking hood of it. We spray painted the shit out of it. And then it got time where we had to leave, and we tried to like donate it. Yeah. And they were like, fuck no. Like, we don't want this. Yeah. All. So we just went like into the woods, and somebody drove a government vehicle, and then we just left that bitch like in the woods.
So there is a van somewhere out there that we can go find like treasure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hey, Paul, what's up, bud?
I show up to Alex telling another Coast Guard lie.
Coast Guard's not that cool, is it?
No.
Go Browns flag football. Did they win today, Paul?
Hey, I'm here.
Oh, no. Rudd already handled your heyo.
Fuck yeah, Rudd. This is why I asked you on. To surprise Alex, we need a midget versus giant little thing. You missed any kind of spooky season stuff as we usually do.
It's still spooky.
Yeah, kind of.
Yep.
Paul, you missed his heyo. His heyo went like this. Heyo.
Hey, every now and again you got to change up the heyos to keep them on their toes.
That's right.
That's
right. All right. But what about Browns flag football?
All right. They finished the season 4-4. The last regular season game, they lost to a team that was 7-0. So this team was 8-0. Okay. They won their game last week by 1 point. They stopped a 2-point conversion to win. Nice. First playoffs. Tonight they played the team that was 8-0.
Yeah.
21-6, the Browns.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
Carter, two games ago, Carter had his worst game of the year. Played terrible, just wasn't focused. I was pissed. He was mad at me. I was mad at him.
Kid sports, yep.
He wouldn't talk to me. I wouldn't talk to him for like a whole day after. It was, it was a tough love.
I wonder if in Carter's head, he's like, how the fuck is this old man who was a punter giving me any kind of fucking football advice?
Hey, look, last game, we got there about 50 minutes early in practice. Today, he looks at me at 5 o'clock and says, I want to go now. I'm like, all right, game starts at 7. We get to the field. We practice defense, we practice running, all the little things that he needs to work on. And he had 6 flag pulls, 2 pass breakups.
Dang, go.
And with around a minute to go, it was 3rd down in inches, and he caught a pass for the first down.
Let's go.
Pretty much sealed the game.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy. They played for the championship game in soccer. They were the best team in soccer, didn't lose a game. They tied 1 game, and they lost on the very last PK.
Fuck.
At the end.
Like in a shootout?
Shootout.
Yeah. Oh,
it was
man,
a shootout, and it was the very last. And this team was kind of dirty, too. They hurt one of our better players who couldn't be in the shootout. And so we ended up with like a goalie that wasn't playing goal good. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
That's where you need what I like to do, which is jujitsu. Because hurt one of their players to go out there. Hey, you see that kid double leg him, arm bar.
Yeah. Well, it was the end of the game. By the time they kicked the penalty and did all that, the game ended. So it was literally the worst timing for him to get hurt. But this team were they're 11, 12-year-olds, but they're a little bit of a couple of these guys on there were little bitches. They've been fouling a lot that game. And I told Carter, I was like, look, if he hits you like that, pop him in the fucking face. If you get kicked out, I'm good with it, dude. But he's a shrimp. He's a shrimp. I mean, him and Alex are about the same size.
We have a kid on the co-ed team.
Hold on, Alex. You talking about 2 years ago, Carter was getting bullied by some kid, and this kid had this stick, and Carter's got ADHD, so he has affinities for certain little things. And they were out playing in the woods, and he had this stick that he was very proud of, apparently, and the kid took it and broke it, and Carter punched him in the mouth and made his nose bleed. It was his first grade teacher's son, who's like 3 years older than him.
Hell yeah.
And there's these
I'm like,
yeah, there's
go ahead.
I was going to say, and there were these two, this older couple was walking up when Carter punched them, so they thought he was the aggressor.
I love it.
And yeah, it was good. It was good. Punched him right in the nose and made him cry.
I'm like, because as soon as ours is big enough to do it, I'm putting them in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And I was like, the problem is I'm going to have to one day be like, if someone hits you, you're more than welcome to do jiu-jitsu on them. But for the love of God, don't break their arm. Like, don't break something. Like, poke them out, but don't break something. Because, I mean, man, like, that would be like, punch a kid's one thing, bloody their nose, but you put their elbow through the top of their arm. It's like, man, that's probably was a little aggressive.
And then you're Con Air. You have weapons for hands, and you get put in prison.
Yes.
And then you
found out the other day when I get my purple belt. It's either
Speaking
my
of that, time out. Shh. Congratulations, Alex Rudd.
Oh yeah, we haven't had you on since the kid.
Oh, thank you.
You got something on your belt. I can't remember what it was. I saw your post though, but congratulations.
I was actually talking about the child because we haven't talked to you since the child.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we have.
No,
he's had that. He's been on since he had that baby, Alex.
No, he hasn't.
You don't know.
You don't know.
I do.
I said it first.
Okay,
Alex, who's right?
I have no idea. I can't remember. Past 8 months have been a blur. Who you kidding?
Right? 8 months.
Yeah, 8 months.
Last time he was on the show was Halloween.
Wow.
You're wrong. Anyways,
Halloween. We did the Halloween episode. I remember now.
Yep.
Dude, where did time go? That felt like 2 weeks ago.
Welcome to parenthood, where fucking time just slips, and all of a sudden your kid's calling you an asshole, and you're the worst person ever.
Probably. Yes. Yes.
Not only that, the days that you wish would like blink and go by are the days that never end.
Listen, right now, honestly, I'm having so much fun. It's incredible. Like, I never knew I needed a baby until we had the baby. And like, it literally, like, I've never had so much fun in all of my life. Like, we went to the library today and just sat and read books and got books and like, I'm having so much fun. And I'm like, people are like, you must be exhausted. And like, honestly, now it's not that bad. Sleeping through the night, like, it's all good. Like, but like, even when I was
like, I'm a professional angler. I don't have to cut grass or clean houses. I fish for a living, bitches.
Dude still cut the grass in the house, but yeah, I hate to do it anymore. Which I should. I definitely should go pick up a few more houses and some yards. I could probably make some cash on the side.
And lose your semi-pro status.
It's my semi-pro status. I would miss it too. I'd have to take the stickers off my boat. All the one that I have on there that has nothing to do with fishing. But no, I'm having a ton of fun. But also, thank you. Yeah, I'm a 2-stripe white belt now, almost 3 stripes, which means I know absolutely nothing at all about jiu-jitsu. And
you know how to do the moves when you warm up as a group. Yeah.
I'm still a useless meat sack. We actually had a black belt. We got a couple black belts that train with us, but we had a black belt come in. His name was Bernardo. I actually was going to have him on my podcast, and we had a scheduling conflict. I want to try to get him on sometime for rabbit holes. But Bernardo came in, and Bernardo is a black belt, not only in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, which is what I take, but also 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, and has trained with John Donaher and all of those guys. Gordon Ryan, if you don't know who he is.
Steven Seagal. Yeah.
No, Gordon Ryan is like, honestly, right now, he is to jiu-jitsu what Patrick Mahomes is to football. Like,
he's shitty and overrated.
I mean, just whatever player. Who else can I think of? He is to.
What's his name? Gordon what?
Gordon Ryan.
Ramsey.
Gordon Ramsey. Yeah, Gordon Ryan. But he is. But so he trains with him. So this guy came in there and he did a 2-hour seminar with us, And man, let me tell you something. I never knew how useless of a human I was until that dude grabbed a hold of me. And there's nothing that you can do about it.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm 240 pounds. I'm 6'4". I'm not exactly the easiest person to move when I don't want to move. He did whatever he wanted to me. Threw me around, put me up.
But when you're that big, though, people who know how to position themselves, you're the easiest target.
Absolutely.
You give them somebody their same size that knows just a little bit less than they do, and it's a battle. But a big motherfucker comes up there, and you got somebody that knows what to do. You're toast, man. That's why you can't fight. You just can't go fight people in the street anymore. Have to.
Yes, I tell everybody.
You have to see, you have to see how they're acting, and if they're calm, collected, just fucking walk away, bow out, be done.
There's
take
somebody
the L.
listening to this right now. They're like, I just see red.
No, there's tons of people who are like, I'd see red. I would have been in special forces, but I'd fight my drill instructor. Like, there's at least 10% of our viewership is instantly, that was their first thought of like, I'd fuck him up.
Yeah, it's so cute. I mean, it's just it's cute. Like, it really is. Like, and listen, again, I know nothing, but man, I could put you up against a good blue belt or a good blue belt. So not even like a high belt, just a good blue belt. They'd wreck your world. Yeah. It is just like ridiculous.
What's the name of the kid? The professional one, the real skinny one who's doing like the pro league now? You know who I'm talking about?
Musamichi.
That kid, one, it looks goofy. I just watched a video where they're like making fun of it because they have that jiu-jitsu league now.
Yeah.
And he's got this whole move where he's like squaring up with the guy, but he keeps like putting his leg out like he's doing the Karate Kid. But then you watch him like twist and like almost break the dude's like whole spine. Like, and then he pops up and he's like, I'm really sorry. Is everybody okay? Like,
he's like,
fucking absolutely insane.
Oh, dude, they're crazy. It's fun, man. I'm literally, I'll say this. It's probably next to having the kid.
The practice of having the kid.
Yeah. It's like, dude, it is literally one of the funnest things I've ever done. One of the most rewarding things I've ever done. Like, I am totally and 100% obsessed with jiu-jitsu right now. Like,
when is the Alex Rudd podcast going to turn into the next Joe Rogan, where you just talk about supplements, smelling salts, and jiu-jitsu?
I mean, is it not almost all the way there? Like,
I mean, it's pretty close.
It's in the jiu-jitsu there, and I just get some smelling salts, and we're gonna be ripping.
Like, Rudd, you've been a guest on this podcast a lot, and we haven't had a lot of new things, journeys of yours to talk about since the first episode, and now we see Alex Rudd, the semi-professional angler, the YouTube star, the fishing icon, and I see a jiu-jitsu post come across my thing, and I hadn't seen, and Alex and I aren't on social media as much as we are. How did this start, man? What got you going? What made you want to go and start learning a martial art?
What was your journey to Bass? Oh, no, I'm sorry. What was your journey to jiu-jitsu?
What was my journey to jiu-jitsu? Joe Rogan by day, Joe Rogan by night. All day.
I didn't wash the baby bottles right. My wife kicked my ass. I was like, this shit ain't happening again. I'm taking jiu-jitsu and I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah. Bethany got on me one night and started tickling me. I couldn't get her off. And
who wants the tickle bug?
Rudd's like, I felt real bad. I put her in a rear naked choke. She still hasn't woken up.
Yeah, I had to get her feet above her head to get her to wake up.
Oh shit!
So I have been a enormous UFC fan like my entire life. Like I remember like being a kid back in the 90s and like early 2000 and watching like UFC bud into what UFC is today. And like got to watch all the great fights. Like, I was watching Hoist and all those guys like back in the day. I remember like me, my dad, my uncle, we'd watch all the fights through the whole thing.
Hey, real quick, that's also when the UFC was, you had a boxer and a kickboxer, or you had a wrestler and a jiu-jitsu. It was back in the day where you had two completely different styles going at each other, where now...
It was also a full tournament, though, too. It was like you fought multiple times. One night.
And now you get these professional guys are specialists in one thing, but they know
a bunch of stuff.
A bunch of them. Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that was like UFC was the ultimate fighting competition. And like when UFC was first established, Hoist and all and those guys like were the ones who kind of started it. And the reason that they started is because the Gracies. So like we're about to dive down a rabbit hole that I don't talk about a lot, but I love it. Like
Let's do it.
No one's ever asked me questions about this, so I'm just
better on Bass and Brews than your podcast first.
That's right. That's right. So the
new title of the episode is Rudd loves to fight.
That's right. We love fighting. That is it. Yes. So Grandmaster Helio was the original Gracie. He went to Japan, learned jiu-jitsu, brought it back to Brazil, and created what we effectively know as Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Brazilian jiu-jitsu, when it was made up and when it was kind of designed and the thought process behind it was just purely defense, because Grandmaster Helio was small. He had to defend himself, lived in the favelas of Brazil, and like that's why it was made up. So he had a bunch of sons. I mean, like I forget how many sons he had, and they all know what we now know as today as modern Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, i.e. Helio Gracie being their last name. And so these dudes like would fight anybody, and they would used to invite people to their house to fight them in their garage just to prove that like jiu-jitsu was jiu-jitsu. Well, then they come to America and they open, Gracie jiu-jitsu gyms and all that stuff. And they wanted to create the ultimate fighting competition because they wanted to, again, prove on a national stage in front of everybody that jiu-jitsu was like the ultimate form of fighting. And so the first UFC that you watch and that you see, UFC 1, you get to watch Hoist go in there and just wreck these guys. Yep. Because, I mean, these dudes did not have a defense against jiu-jitsu. There was nothing like jiu-jitsu. And he just, whatever he wanted to do, he did to him. And then you get all the awesome fights, Ken Shamrock and all this stuff, and you get to see, like, jiu-jitsu develop. And now, modern-day UFC is a completely different ballgame. These dudes are super athletes. They're starting when they're 5, and they're learning how to fight. And not only are they learning how to box, but they're learning Muay Thai, they're learning jiu-jitsu, they're learning wrestling, and especially wrestling. Like, I mean, a lot of the wrestling, and then you got Dagestani wrestling, which is a whole different thing. And so that's a whole nother thing.
Aikido. Thank you.
The Dagestani, is that the stuff from like the Muslim guys out in
Russia.
Asia? Yeah.
So Dagestan is part of Russia, and they're all Muslim. The neck beards, bro. If they got if they got a neck beard and their name ends in a Z,
or a cleft lip. They usually all have a cleft lip, right? Like most of them have a cleft lip. No, I mean,
they really do. Like
Alex can identify. It's like how deaf people or blind people can identify blind people when they can't see. Well, Alex can identify a lisp a mile away.
Oh, it has nothing to do with a lisp.
It's not Mike Tyson. Small rabbit hole off the cleft palate thing. I got a small story, then we'll get back to the jiu-jitsu thing.
No,
the first time I ever met my wife's sister's newest boyfriend that she's got. Long story of why it was
definitely a Tennessee story. Wife's brothers, sisters.
So we go to Chili's. We go to Chili's, and old boy is nervous wreck. Like he's nervous wreck to meet, family or whatever. I don't know why he's so nervous. He's a good kid. He's getting into fishing, so that's good. I've been taking him fishing a little bit here and there. So we show up to the Chili's, and bro, there is a cleft palate like fundraiser going on the TV. And bro, I'm talking like it's like they go from like this kid's playing football and he's got his little cleft palate and they're like, and we raise the funds to fix him. And the next thing I know, I've got my hamburger in my hand or whatever I'm eating. I look up at the TV and it's like this kid laying there and his face is filleted open.
Oh no.
Blown surgery scene. And they're like arterizing meat and there's blood. And I'm like sitting there like, and my wife's sister's boyfriend is like trying to tell me a story, and I just don't care. I go, look at the TV right now, look at what's going on, and they all turn around, look at the TV. I'm like, that's some shit, ain't it? But anyway,
that bold and pan-seared Applebee's steak just took on a whole new meeting.
Yeah, just filleted open, nice and pink. But my journey to jiu-jitsu. So anyway. UFC, loved UFC. I've always loved UFC. Kind of got away from it.
Time out real quick. At the height of your younger days watching it, how many tap out shirts did you own? Is it
none?
Oh, wow.
I've never owned a piece of like UFC paraphernalia.
What was the other one? American Fighter gear.
I remember that stuff. And what was the other one? Affliction. Remember Affliction?
Affliction.
Yeah.
Tap
There's
Out,
nothing
Tap
better
Out
than-
had the show for like 3 years
They
where they had
did.
that big ass grown man wore a fucking diaper.
Yeah. Well,
He had
Tap
the
Out.
man diaper.
The shirt always went really well with a pair of Tom Hardy jeans that was bedazzled. And then the guys would be talking about fighting at the bar.
Yeah. No, I was always a redneck kid. I had too much camo. I wanted everything in camo. That was my deal. And Crocs. But anyway, so loved UFC. Got out of it for a couple years just cause like I don't know. It was just one of those things. It's like I didn't want to pay for the pay-per-views, whatever, and like just didn't. I don't know. I kind of lost it on it. Well, then COVID rolls around. Oh my God, I said the word. Probably get demonetized. But COVID rolls around like there's
Don't
no
worry, we ain't monetized, Alex.
Fuck you, YouTube. You took down Bloodhook.
Have you heard that story? When you're done, we'll have to tell you the
No.
story.
I already did. I already did.
Okay, yeah.
So COVID rolls around. There's no sports on TV, right? Except for UFC. Dana White's just like, screw it. We're going to Fuck Island and we're
The
going to
Island.
Yeah.
Hold on. It wasn't Fuck Island. That was a whole different pay-per-view.
That's what Joe Rogan called it, so I still refer to it as this day.
Fuck Island.
Yeah. And so like they're on this island in Abu Dhabi, just, hosting these fights. And so like I get back into the UFC, and because it was still enough of the dudes that I knew had not retired yet. So I was like able to like reconnect. And then from there, dude, me and Bethany have become obsessed with it. Like every single fight, every single weekend. I love watching whatever. I love watching fighting. Say that to my face, I'll armbar you.
I'll kick you in the balls.
You better hard.
Look at that. Rudd's already like, I'll put on a fucking tap out shirt and I will make you tap out.
Here's the deal. At the end of the day, I told
I'll bite your titties.
Please. I told my jiu-jitsu instructor. He was like, what if somebody does this? I was like, I'll shoot him, Jason. And he just looked like, bro, this is the last line of defense. The first thing I'm doing is shooting him in the chest with a 9mm. Anyway.
Bang, bang, bitch.
Gat.
Rat-a-tat-tap. Put a cap in that ass.
Damn. What lyrical genius.
I love it. So,
Poet didn't know it rhyme anytime.
But anyway, so like I've always wanted to take jiu-jitsu. Like for years, I've been saying I want to take jiu-jitsu. I want to take jiu-jitsu. I want to take jiu-jitsu. And finally, like I don't know, like after the baby was born, I'm like, I'm going to take jiu-jitsu. I'm going to figure this out. So I reached out to like 5 gyms, and the first gym that got back with me, the only gym that got back with me, horrible customer service, was Jason down at Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, and he was like, "Hey man, I'd love to have you in." And that's when I started. Let's see, that was like end of May, and so I started
this year, 2025.
Yep.
Yeah,
nice.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. And it's just one of those things. Like, dude, I love fishing because I'm never going to master it. I love jiu-jitsu because I'm never going to master it. I love things that are like a journey, and it's a lifelong journey.
Right.
And like, I love the fact that like when I look at jiu-jitsu, like I really do realize like, it'll be, within the next couple of years, I'll get a blue belt, and then it'll be like 5 more years and I'll get a purple belt. And then like 10 more years, I'll get a brown belt, and then 10 more years, I'll get a black belt. And like, I'll be able to look back at this journey and just realize everything that I put into it and like, what was it worth? I don't know yet, but it's going to be amazing because even when I reach that point, I'll be able to go, and I'm still not even reached the pinnacle of what this can be. Like there's still a life worth of learning to do,
So Rudd, answer me this. You and I have met a few times. You're a big fella. We've talked about this. Everybody knows you're a big guy. You do not have nobody looks at you and goes, if you're 6'4", 240 and an NFL linebacker, people are like, that's a motherfucking athlete right there. When I see Alex Rudd, I don't see an athlete. I see in the nicest way possible. I see like he's just a big.
He's like, I
galoot.
see a guy that eats burgers at Chili's.
He's a minuscule Sasquatch. He's a below average Sasquatch size.
Damn,
like Alex is little Alex is a below average human being. How has your body changed athletically, and how you look? Like, do you feel more athletic? Do you feel like you have started to become an athlete doing this? Because
No.
I would say, I'm going to speak for Bailey and Cap Mandrew and everybody else that they would probably have the same thought process 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then now you're becoming somebody that, could potentially break Bailey's thighs, which are as big as elephant legs.
No, okay, Rudd, you can practice as much as you want. He has the best thighs and buttocks in the fishing game, and that's man or woman. He gets it all.
To grab an arm or get his neck.
I don't know. Hey,
Nothing
Rudd, you could get him in that common peroneal, one of those areas on the side, and just lay his ass out.
No,
you just got to get through the muscle to get to those nerves.
He'll do
make
an
that
extra
leg
flip.
Useless.
No, Bailey will do an extra flip because the gravitational pull of his butt will actually just spin the whole thing around.
I can imagine Bailey's like, you remember the Hulk movie with Eric Bana, and he like could jump for miles. Like I just stories like, honey, I'm going to go grab some mustard.
Well, frog man.
What people don't know is that's why he was so successful when he had that really great hot streak in kayak fishing, is because he was just launching, literally from the dock, carrying the Hobie, multiple miles, dropping in, catching a fish.
Before motors, when he could just really out. That's why he never. That's why he had to carry 2 or 3 different Hobie drives, because he would just blow the motherfuckers out every tournament.
I fished a tournament with him one time on Chickamauga. He gets in his Hobie and he goes to pedaling. And bro, I'm not kidding you when I say this. He was 2.5 kayaks length away from everybody. And I mean, I'm giving this bad boy, I'm like over here, and I'm just going. And I'm like, what is this? I was like, what kind of superhuman?
Wait, what did we find out? It was hockey and lacrosse is what built it, right?
Well, it was hockey. Hockey's what it came down to. But I'll tell you what,
Bailey looks like he's wearing hockey pants, even when he's just wearing regular pants. Like his thighs are so big.
It's ridiculous.
Well, there ain't
been a pair of shorts or pants this man's wore in his kayak where he didn't videotape it, where his asshole wasn't eating his pants. No, this man lives with wedgies.
Dude, it's the highest ass in fishing.
It is.
But to answer your
it's also
question,
the best. I smacked it with my hand.
Yeah,
a couple times.
What else would you smack it with?
My pecker definitely ain't big enough to do any smacking. I can barely helicopter that bitch, and it's got to be a warm day and right out the shower.
That's right, humid. Got to have enough humidity to get the drop.
I know. And then I got to, do some stretching pulls before to
fluff it a little bit first.
Yeah.
So
and shave it.
Athleticism. No, so little known fact about me, Paul. Little known fact about me, Paul. I work out 4 or 5 days a week. I try to take care of myself. I do a lot of yoga. I'm a big yoga.
You are not an overweight, obese piece of shit like I am. I'm just saying, you do not put out the aura of an athlete. But when you're doing jujitsu, I feel like the next time I see you in person, you're probably carrying yourself a little differently. You're walking a little more upright.
No.
You have a little more definition.
The more jujitsu you do, the less confident you are to do anything.
Because you're getting beat up and your ears look like fucking cauliflower.
Cauliflower ear, not from jujitsu though. My head riding a foiler one time.
Wait.
Cauliflower, but anyway,
I do have a question about that. Like, do the jiu-jitsu guys get the cauliflower ear, or is that just a wrestler thing?
No, we get it too. I've already I've got it in my left ear from a completely different accident.
Right.
I've already got some forming on the back side of my other ear, and it's just
5XD. 5XD for the first ear got you.
Yeah,
had to rip the hook out.
Yeah, it's something like that. But So the only thing that I've noticed with my body. So let me back up a little bit. I love yoga. I do a lot of yoga. I think that's the biggest thing is there's like guys who come in. We actually had a guy like blow his ankle out the other day. And he just simply, it's because they don't stretch. Like nobody has body mobility. And one of my biggest things that I know for the longevity is mobility. Like if people, like I'm telling you, like men listening to this, if you're over 30 and number one, you're not taking supplements and you're not taking care of yourself, you're trying not to eat semi-healthy because I don't eat healthy all the time. I just had
all right, Joe Rogan.
I'm telling you, bro. I'll Joe Rogan you real quick. And you're not doing weight training, some sort of resistance training, and you're not getting some cardio in. But then the biggest thing is mobility. If you're not doing mobility work, and I know you're sitting over here like, not yoga. My wife does yoga. Do yoga with her, bro.
Fuck, yoga's unbelievable.
It's
I love yoga.
Like, I love it. I do yoga at least 3 to 4 times a week. And especially before I go to jiu-jitsu, I'll use yoga as my stretch and my warm-up.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy is in jiu-jitsu, how I'm already several steps ahead of other people at my level just because I can get my legs and my body into positions they literally physically can't.
Right.
And
And
so
they don't want to touch your hairy body.
no, that's it too. I can literally smother somebody with my beard. It's great. I got in one position the other day. I was just like, had my beard, and I was just like, take it.
Rubbing that fucking shit
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. But outside of that, I mean, I think the biggest thing that I've noticed, like with my body, honestly, like honest answer to that question, grip strength. My grip strength has gone way up. I mean, because you just got to grab. I mean, you're holding on to people, you're grabbing hold of people. And another thing that I've really started to notice is and this is going to sound strange, but it's just the truth. I'm a lot stronger than I think I am.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Like when you grab a hold of somebody, like you don't know, because here's the deal. How many grown men have y'all grabbed a hold of while they're trying to get away from you?
Right.
And like people are like, oh, I could do X. Well, could you? Have you ever grabbed a hold of another grown man who's trying to get away from you? And when you start to do that, you start to realize like how people's bodies feel. Like when are they going to explode? When are they calming down? And it's really interesting to me because that helps you to just be able to manipulate them how you want to manipulate them.
Oh, I could see how this whole thing. Listen, I only know you from the show.
Yeah.
We chit chat here and there, right? We've actually never met in person.
Call me anytime. Like
No, absolutely, right. But I think I know you pretty well. Like you are a lifelong learner, and I can see like the spark in your eye as you're like talking about that. Like this has got to be like absolutely fucking fantastic. I can already see the obsession. I can see Alex Rudd rolling is going to be the name of the channel.
Yeah.
It's going to be you, but. Jokes aside, I can see how you're excited about this, and I think that fits, right? Because it's a whole new skill, a whole new part of your brain being kind of itched.
Oh, it's it. That's it, dude. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like the thing is like the first day I walked in there, my favorite part about it was I sucked at it.
Yeah,
That's my favorite thing. Like, and everybody else, like I think there's so many people
self-challenging yourself.
Yes, I loved it. Like I walked in there, I was like, I suck at this. My top half's not talking to my bottom half. This ain't going how I want it to go. I don't like this. But that was
a midget fucking my ass up in the ring.
That's right. But that's like the thing that I loved about it the most is like I sucked at it. I love when I suck at something because that's just an opportunity for me to learn something brand new. Yeah. And like, dude, you're right. Dude, Alex, you're right. Like I obsessed. Like I am 3 days a week, as many days as the gym is open, I'm there. And like my instructor, Jason, he was like, well, I'm going to go roll at this other gym Sunday. I was like,
fuck, me too.
And he's like, well, let's wait just a little while. He's like, you need to get to this level before like you come do this. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'm ready to get there. And like, I'm so excited because like my next thing is once I get my 3rd stripe on my belt, I can start taking the advanced jiu-jitsu classes. And so like, I'm super excited about that because I just want to go do it. Like it's more jujitsu. It's more.
Dude, poor Bethany. You're just fucking rolling her up constantly. You're just like, she's trying to walk somewhere and you're just like coming up and fucking, bam, bam, gotcha. We're rolling. Come on.
Ooh, get out of this. Get out of this, honey.
She's like, I'm trying to fucking go out to lunch. Can you leave me alone?
I just did my hair.
Yeah, Bethany's like, she'll do this. I'll come up behind her and like try to hug her. And she's like, don't you in jiu-jitsu me. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm just trying to hug you. She's like, I don't know that. She's like, last time you tried to rear naked choke me. And I was like, well, I'm sorry.
Well, they only called the naked choke because I didn't have
8
clothes
months
on.
ago when you came up behind her and gave her a hug, she's like, nope, not tonight. I got a headache. Hey, staying on a philosophical.
And here we are with baby. Anyway, go on.
There you go. Staying on a philosophical line here. I got another question. And I'm pretty sure that us three have talked about in this podcast about how fishing, angling is so much more of a mind game than it is a physical one. Like casting and all that shit's good, but when you're tournament fishing, when you're fishing for money, you're out there on the water all day. You're in a kayak.
Why are you making this about fishing?
Listen, bitch. Has any of the experience you've had learning jujitsu, a martial art in general, kind of is a self-centering type thing, kind of gets you in touch with your body? Has any of that translated to you doing any fishing, breathing, movements, how you know,
He's been choking out
pace
fucking
yourself,
bass.
how you pace yourself on a kayak? Like, has any of this translated to anything about fishing for you?
He's broken 4 fins so far. He's just snapping them off.
Fucking 8-pounder in a headlock, his fucking neck broke.
I jumped the guillotine on it and just choked my head on it. Like, it doesn't have any blood in it. It's not dying. But anyway,
Quit jumping off my board, bitch.
Yeah, no, I don't know. That's interesting. I think it's funny though. This is kind of funny. It doesn't. I've not seen it translate to fishing yet. Okay. If anything, I've translated some fishing to jujitsu. Just like the philosophy as far as like mindset. Like, what is the mindset that I got to go into this with? And I think there's like a lot of things. Like, one thing is mechanics, right? Like you were talking about, like, you know, casting and all that. Like, if your mechanics aren't down to the point that it isn't second nature and that it isn't just almost a reflex, then you spend time and energy focusing on casting and not on actually finding fish and fishing. And I think that's like it's kind of in jiu-jitsu where the top half doesn't talk to the bottom half. Like, there's a lot of people who, like, you know, when you go for a rear naked choke, right? And like you're getting somebody in a rear naked choke, like the one thing that you got to do is you got to make sure you have your hooks in, and so that they can't get away. Because like if a person knows jiu-jitsu and you don't got them hooked in on a rear naked choke, they're going to roll out of it. Well, it's the same with fishing. If you're more focused on like the actual act of casting the rod and trying not to backlash, well, then you're not looking down the bank thinking, hey, there's a little stick out where I caught a fish like that last time. And I think when people, like new anglers, I think that's the biggest hurdle that they have to get over, is that connection of like the skills of like the basics and the mechanics of actually fishing, and then fishing. And like in putting the pieces of the puzzle together and actually going out there and catching a fish. And so as far as like translating jiu-jitsu to fishing, not really, but definitely fishing to jiu-jitsu in that, like,
that makes sense,
thought process. And I think another thing is like just that thought, like kind of exactly what I was just talking about, is like, I'm never going to master this. Like, and then too, like,
always something to learn.
Yeah, and like processes. Like, I have a process when I'm on the lake. Like, I have a process of how I look at something and I break it down. I think the same is with jiu-jitsu and being like obsessed with MMA like I am. It's funny because like my, you know, instructor will be showing a move and I'll be like, there's a triangle right there too. And he's like, yeah, there is. He's like, and the first time that I did it, he was like, how do you know that? And I was like, dude, I've watched enough UFC to kill somebody. I was like, I just know there's a triangle there because I've seen that happen 100 times. And like, it's the same with fishing. Is just like, it's the processes of like, hey, I've caught a fish when the wind's blowing this way and, you know, like the water's 60 degrees and I caught it on a crankbait. It's that process of just that Rolodex of different
things. You're keeping the info in, right? Like you're always kind of scanning through. I would also say, and again, I'm just making a generalization here, but like you went from one thing where failure is part of the process. Fishing, failure, you're going to fail.
Most of the process.
Right. You're going to fail, right? And then you went into something else. You went in humble, ready to fail because you were already kind of like already in that mindset of I have to fail to learn, right? And a lot of like fighting and martial arts is failing to learn. A lot of life in general is failing to learn, right? And you already have that mindset, and that's not a bad thing. That is an absolutely wonderful thing because you're willing to take a risk. You're willing to do something that is way outside your comfort zone, like you haven't done it, and you're ready to fucking suck ass at it and learn from every step. And fishing will definitely humble you and make you do that because you can cast in the backyard all you want, but then you try to skip under something. Now you got a bird's nest and a fucking turtle has your fucking bait, and you're sitting there looking like a dumbass, right? Not speaking from experience at all.
Little Alex practices pitching a jig into a coffee cup for hours, and then goes fishing and overhand casts the jig off the rod into somebody's backyard.
Exactly.
Well, listen, I've done it before myself.
Yeah.
I hit a car with a 10XD one time. So, I mean,
fuck yes.
Oh,
but I think that's cool.
What
I think
happened?
That's cool.
Did you
That's
scratch
failing.
it up? Did you leave a note with insurance
no. The guy was driving across a bridge.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
One
that
of the
guy.
craziest things that's ever happened to me. This is before like I did YouTube, so I didn't get this on camera.
Oh,
And I had a 10XD on, and I'm talking. I go, wow, and that thing just, and this car is driving by, and I mean at the same time, just, pop, and just
fuck yeah,
hits this car. Well, he slams on his brakes because I think the guy. He gets out, and I'm like trolling motoring over. Me and my dad. It was me and my dad.
to
That
go
was
under the bridge and hide.
Because we're trolling over to try to like talk to him. Well, I don't think he realizes what happened.
Oh.
And so like he slams on his brakes, gets
bird.
out, I guess doesn't see the bait, and then just gets back in his car and drives off.
Hell
He
yeah.
thought shit was a bird. He thought
guess
one of the
he thought it
fucking
was a bird.
chimney swifts had fucking run into his car.
And so I have no idea what happened to that crankbait. I just know I smoked that dude's windshield with it. And it must have not done anything to his windshield, so he just drove off.
Did you get the bait back?
No, we didn't get that one back. I left that one laying in the middle of the road. That was great. But yeah. So, but no, yeah, I agree, Alex. I think, and that's what it's funny because like that's what. Oh, I hit my button. I'll have to do that later. So like that's
You hit
one
my
thing.
button later.
That's right, baby. That's one thing. My instructor, he's like, man, you're just very willing to just like, it just suck. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm good with it, bro. I was like, you would be amazed. Like, and like, I've kind of told him a little bit of my story and like what I do. And he obviously knows I'm a YouTube guy for a living. And like, but he asked me questions about it every now and again. And he's like, well, how long did it take? And I'm like, I've been doing this a decade. He's like, really?
Yeah, that's a lot of failure there too, right? Like that's a lot of fail to start until it hit. Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
you're
like,
also tapping into a group of people that have probably never in their life been fishing that you can take out and take them fishing and get them outdoors and give them a whole nother perspective of life like they're doing for you, right?
Absolutely, dude. And I plan on definitely doing that. That's something I want to do. I got this whole plan where I want to like mesh jujitsu and fishing. And like when we have black belts that come in and do seminars and stuff, like have them on the podcast, take them fishing and like let them experience what I do and then let them teach me something about what they do. And it's like, it's just a win-win. But
yeah. So what was the Ike show that he did where he did something like that, except now it's, Alex Rudd jujitsu and fishing mashup.
Yeah. Just choking out fish left and right.
That's right.
Are you catch and release? No, I'm catching tap out. But no, yeah, it's
in your Tom Hardy pants.
It's my Tom Hardy pants and my affliction shirt
and tap out shirt.
UFC music's in the background. Yeah. Are you ready?
Hold on, it's got you and it's got like your stats, and then it just shows like a bass, and it's like 22 inches, 4.5 pounds, 2-inch reach.
Yeah, was once caught and released and tagged. But yeah, dude, it's and I think like too, like I think that just helps with like work as well, like because like just the other day, some company calls me and they're like, "Hey, we're not doing whatever next year, $10,000 gone." And it's like, for most people, it's like they would freak out, right?
Mm-hmm. Especially in fishing.
But for me, man, it's just like I've got to the point where I'm so used to it. I'm so used to people being like, no, or I'm so used to something just going away that it's like literally the mindset is now, okay, that's fine. That just means something probably better is coming. And if something better doesn't come, how am I going to adjust and adapt to this? Like to just fix it. And like, I think, dude, it's such a, like so many people, man, like, and I get it. There's situations for everything, right? Like everybody has their own deal. I mean, grew up in a shitty situation, doesn't have the advantage, whatever it is. I get it. But like, I think so many people's mindset towards like things is what hinders them from being successful.
100%.
And like, if you just would adjust the mindset of like the other day, I forgot what exactly was going on, but Bethany got upset about something. And I know what it was. Health insurance shit, whatever. Like it's with open enrollment and all that crap. You got to look at it. Everything's going up because of whatever. I don't know. No politics, right? But it's all politics. It's all made up bullcrap. So like we looking at it, and I looked at her and I said, I know you don't want to hear this, but this is something we both do for each other. I said, I know you don't want to hear this. I said, but what a privilege it is we get to pay for it. And she was like, yep, you're right. And like, and that's maybe a bad example because it is something crazy, but
no. That's a fantastic example because it's like something that sometimes we take advantage of, right? Not advantage. We take for granted, right? And there's also something in there with like, oh, I just had it and I forgot.
Well, why do you think on this point, when it comes to like mindset, Alex, little Alex, keep thinking, what when you see people that are fishing, professional anglers, they have put everything that they have, that they might have in the future, they have invested every single thing they have into fishing. And if that fails, that's it for them. Like, you know, they're cutting grass or they're going back to their,
they're still cutting grass as a
construction
professional
company or whatever, right? But when you are continuously challenging yourself into new stuff, when something bad happens, obviously everybody's going to dwell on it a little bit. They're going to take it personally and they're going to work through it their own way. But when you have the mentality of, well, fuck it, you know, shit, now I got to do something else. When you have that mentality of wanting to learn and not afraid to fail, you can always put yourself in a position to succeed because you're not afraid to fail.
You've already done it.
I've run across, and that's how I am. I failed at a fuck ton of shit. I failed at being a police officer. I failed at being a college punter.
Yeah.
But I wasn't afraid to do it, so that shit didn't happen. So what I do is on to the next thing, where my wife, for instance, like she is more scared of failing something than she is of the reward of doing it good. And me, I'm like, oh, you know, great visions of grandeur. Like that's something you can get out there, and sometimes it's out of reach. But what if it is in reach? You know, instead of investing, I'm going to invest $1 million. What if I lose it all? Bitch, what if it hits? What if you invested
those are two different mindsets
in crypto? What if you invested $1,000 in crypto in 2006?
I think there's a
fucking millionaire.
I think there's a fine line though between gambling and calculated risk.
Sure,
but it's still all gambling.
But it's
it's the chance.
Hold on.
You're taking a chance.
Hold on. So, Paul, you said between you and Sarah, right? Is Bethany more, Rudd, is she more stability based? Because that's what I would say, like stability based, right?
That's my wife.
Yeah, she's Bethany's very calculated. Like,
right.
I think so. Bethany's mindset changed the same time mine did. Like, we've been together for 16 years. I mean, so we've been together for a long time. And we really both had a giant dynamic shift in our lives and then our relationship with each other when Dad got cancer, when he died.
Right.
Those things radically changed our perspective because Bethany went from a person very calculated, very nervous, very like it's got to be it's like you get a job and you work that job until the day that you retire, and that's just what it is because that's
every 2 weeks.
Yes, that's it.
Yep.
But after, pre-cancer, that's the way she was. Post-cancer, she still has that, and there still needs to be consistency, and there still needs to be like things put in place, frameworks put in place.
Right.
But now it's more like, well, let's just do it and see what happens because it's one of those things. You can make the money back. What's the worst thing that can happen?
That's it. What's the worst thing that can happen? And if the worst thing happens, can we weather that storm? And if the answer is no, then you got. so for us, we didn't have this the same type of thing that happened with your dad. But I started my business in 2020 in the middle of COVID, and we had to invest a lot of money, and it was a thing. And then I had been pressuring my wife for a couple of years to start her own physical therapy thing because I knew she could succeed because she could run the business like nobody else. She could succeed. And I started my business, and then after about 3 years in, I started building it. And what did she do? She quit the job working for a company that was fucking terrible, and she went out on her own, and she took the jump, took the risk, and it's paid off. And now she gets to do what she wants to do with the kids. I mean, she takes them to school. It's that thing but for me, I'm going to jump at not everything.
No, he'll jump at everything.
No, I'm going to be calculated about it. Like, I'm not going to run off and go, I don't know, be a crypto investor tomorrow, but I'm going to be calculated about it. But I'm more worried about what I might lose by not doing it and succeeding than I am by not succeeding, where hers is a little bit different.
And I think too, like for anybody listening to this, it's like, like I'll rah you all day long and like give you the hype speech. But like, I think one thing to understand is like in all of this, whatever your mindset is, whether you're the reserved calculator, whether you're the guy like me that's building the rocket on the way to the moon, like we're piecing it together as we go, like whatever your mindset is, I think the biggest thing is perspective and work ethic. If you don't have the right perspective and you don't have the work ethic, you're never going to succeed, period.
Well, and we see that in fishing all the damn time.
We see it in anything.
But this is a fishing podcast, and we're all anglers.
No, it's
and
not.
Alex
it's not
is
a
in there.
fishing. It's not a fishing
here's the deal.
podcast.
How many great anglers does Big Alex know that could be successful professional anglers on a touring circuit, but they will not do exactly what you said. They will not put the work in to be there. They're just going to go off. They have a ceiling that is about the same place as their
you want me to make a dramatic statement right now?
I do.
I love these ones. Hold on. Hold on. I'll make sure to clip it.
Yeah,
with no context.
Context.
Let this one put on TikTok because it's gonna piss some people off.
Do it.
I think it's exactly like, okay, we'll go to the professional side of things, professional fishing circuit, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it.
Touring pros.
Yes, the touring professional gamblers. But no, for real. Like, I make fun of them all day long because it's just, it ruffles feathers, so I like it. But like, if you look at these guys, I think it's exactly what you're seeing in quote unquote professional fishing right now. You got all these guys that I'm going to the MPFL, I'm going to this, I'm doing that. So essentially what you're saying is that you are either too old or too unwilling to learn something new. And so by extension of that, you're going to go do what will accommodate how you want to do what you've been doing for years. Because like used to, these guys who are pro anglers, and I'm not saying this is everybody. This is a blanket statement that I'm making, but I'm not saying that it is everybody. But if you go and look at social media and you go and look at what these guys do, this is a pretty good example of what it is. They would fish when fishing was on, and then when they were done fishing, they could go and they go hunting and they go do whatever they wanted to do, play
cutting grass.
Yeah, it's cutting grass, playing tiddlywinks, doing whatever it was they wanted to do because the field wasn't. They were competitive enough within the field that they were fishing. Now you got these kids that are coming in here, and these kids have been doing this since the day they could hold a rod and a reel in their hand, and they never stop fishing. They're
smart. They're savvy.
And they don't stop to go deer hunting. They don't stop to go to football games. They don't stop to play.
They're obsessed.
Dude, they're getting married in their late 30s, not
if they
20.
Get married at all. And and you've got these guys, they are obsessed with fishing. Jacob Wheeler is a great example.
Jacoby.
Old Jacoby Wheeler. Like, I can't tell you how many days I've gone to the lake and I've seen that guy's boat there.
There's 1 pounders to be caught. He's going to be there.
Always there, but he's always there. When he won Cherokee, that dude was out there graphing at night.
Yeah, that's nuts.
But that's it. And so what we're seeing right now is a shift. We're seeing a shift to a whole new level of tournament angler, right?
Young anglers, and the older guys are getting pissed about it.
And because it is and I'm
Different
not saying
game.
these guys don't work hard. I'm just telling you that it's the work ethic and the mindset.
Yeah.
Their mindset is not the same as these guys. What they get up and what gets their rocks off is not the same as some of these young kids coming up. These young kids coming up get their rocks off catching 25-pound bags of bass. Now, that's not to say these other dudes don't like catching 25 pounds of bags of bass, but they also like killing deer with a bow. They also like going to their kids' football.
Turkey hunting.
They like turkey hunting. And dude, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's any. Go spend time with your kids. I love spending time with my kid. Like, it's my favorite thing in the whole entire world. But when you've got a 20, however Tucker Smith holds that kid, 21, 22. Yeah. When you got Tucker Smith, who has no kids, no responsibilities, he's now worth $1 million just from fishing.
Yep.
He's got all the sponsors you could ever want. And then plus he's just damn good. That's the most dangerous son of a bitch that you're going to try to go put your money up against.
He's like Bruce Lee. All he does is work on his craft, his art.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Actually, that was a good analogy, Paul.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And
but I would say that's what all the old heads wanted, right? Because this brings these numbers that these young anglers are bringing in, brings more spotlight to the quote unquote sport, right? This is what and more spotlight means more money potentially, right? This is what they wanted.
Yeah.
But they're going to be boxed out of it.
Yeah. But you're seeing, which I think the biggest problem is now is just to get into that kind of side of things, or that go down that rabbit hole just a little bit. I think we're going to see tournament angling lose overall, and it will continue to lose and will continue to wane for a variety of reasons. I think the number one reason being just the division. You can't have 3 simultaneous leagues all running at the same time and split the meat. There's not enough money.
Correct.
Trust me. There's just not enough. I know there's not enough.
Yep.
The second thing is the internal fight between this forward-facing sonar and non-forward-facing sonar. I think there's so much hate and vitriol with that causes a division. Mm-hmm. And so I think ultimately tournament fishing will ultimately fail because of that. And I think we're seeing that, but it doesn't mean that while the hay, while making hay is good, that these boys ain't going to make some hay and they ain't going to go out there and they ain't going to win. And because that's exactly what they're doing. And like, they're good. They're just good. They're just good. I'm not good. I love fishing and I can go catch fish about dang near anywhere. And like, I feel very confident in my skills, but man, I lack in the forward facing sonar department. So ultimately I can't compete. It just is what it is.
That's just what it is. Like,
it's just what it is. Like, what do you hate it or you love it or you hate it? Like, it just.
I could love the sport of football. I will never be a linebacker. It's just what it is.
Just what, and because too, like, I don't get my rocks off tournament angling either.
Right.
Like, I get my rocks off going exploring some little creek and having fun. That's what I love.
Mm-hmm. And that is not going to translate to tournament angling, because when you get on a big body of water that you can't go fish on some little creek, you're out of your element.
Well, and like, I can go fish offshore. I used to fish offshore all the time, but I don't I'm not going to do something I don't enjoy in order just to try to win a check back. Right. I'd never get, I'm like, just not going to go do that. Like, I just
got to up your grind mindset, Rudd.
Yeah, I know, right?
Joe Rogan would be so upset with your grind set.
Poor Joe. He'd be wanting me to take some LSD or not what is it, DMT, and go figure it out.
Yeah.
Like the little machine elves will tell you to grind harder. I'm sure they will.
Yeah, fishing has changed over the last 5 years, with the biggest thing that professional anglers used to hit their prime in like their mid-30s. And you had some that were up there, Ike, KVD. Some of those guys hit it really early.
They never hit their prime, yeah.
So, but now you've got guys competing at 21, 22, 23, And that has changed the game of fishing, and it has really rubbed the old heads wrong.
And Rudd can agree with this. Hold on. Rudd can agree with this. We broke the news about, what, a month and a half ago, Paul, that KVD left fishing because he knew that he was washed and potentially sanctions coming against him. We broke that news first here on Bass and Brews, allegedly.
Sanction? What, are you serious? Like, is there something I don't know about? Because
dude, it's a deep, dark
Alex
hole.
Alex Rudd, there's some breaking news coming off of Bass and Brews.
Yep. KVD.
Don't believe this shit. Alex is just doing his rage baiting.
That's why he talked so slow and was so patient. He was just a huge stoner.
That was Alex was talking shit about KVD with Ken Duke.
Yeah,
of all people. Of all people.
Oh, yeah, that's when I broke the news to Ken Duke. Ken Duke, I told him, hey, did you know that KVD quit professional bass fishing?
I think it was
because he washed out and was a huge pothead. And Ken Duke was like, really? I was like, no,
he wasn't.
No, it's
Ken
fucking
Duke's like,
Bass and
nah.
Brews.
Absolutely
fucking
not.
Alex.
But I have told you my opinion on tournament fishing, though, right? Like, let them go like full bore, whatever. If they want to take steroids, do it. Yeah, no, I'm all about it. Like, but no, yeah.
I can't wait till somebody does that and they Mark McGuire a hook set and it's just a jaw that comes up.
Yeah, he's got fucking 5-pounders just flying over
Not
the boat.
even the 5-pounders, just the head of it because they've separated the fish.
They're going to stop doing polygraphs. They're going to start popping them for TRT.
Right? I think they should be amped up before they go.
Yeah. Listen, the polygraphs in tournament fishing is got to be the fucking stupidest thing ever.
You just got to clench your butthole. Hey, any professional fisherman, just clench your butthole during the goddamn what's it called? Like when they ask you the questions to like figure out your base, you just clench your butthole. That's all you have to do. Yes, and if you
put pennies in your mouth.
No, it has nothing to do with the pennies. If you clench and unclench your butthole, it's pretty easy to beat a polygraph if you just do that over and over. Control questions. That's the phrase. During the control questions, just clench and unclench as much as possible, and that will throw off. I'm not supporting cheating a polygraph, but I also think a polygraph is a pile of shit, and it's not real because it's easily beatable by just doing some Kegels in your butthole.
It's not only easily beatable, it's objective.
Yes.
Or subjective. The guy reading the polygraph for you might not be the same guy.
Well,
you heard it here first. KVD, quit because he was washed and just do Kegels with your butthole, and you can beat every polygraph.
Do Kegels with your butthole and TRT. But for real, I actually knew about a couple of guys who got addicted to drugs because of bass fishing. They started with speed. They started with speed to stay awake so they could drive in between tournaments because they were trying to become professionals. And then to offset the speed, they started taking something else. Bring them back down.
Is this older time though? Because you said speed, so we're talking like this like couldn't 90s, be current.
90s, late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah. So that was like speed, which is actually just like
crystal meth.
They were like doing drugs to stay awake. So they could drive in between tournaments.
Ephedrine, you could pop ephedrine too. That would keep you up forever.
Yeah, gas station ephedrine.
Yeah.
Then that's crazy. I mean, that's wild to me.
Like I drove from Sault Ste. Marie to Atlantic City, New Jersey, without sleeping in one shot.
Yellow jackets? Were you buying the gas station yellow jackets?
No. These were government issued because at that point you could buy those. So I took some from the boat. Like we'd buy them by the jug because that'd keep us up during search and rescue and drug interdiction missions. Oh, I've had a couple beers. The go fast alarm would go off. That means like we have a drug boat near us. Everybody get to go to action, and you'd pop up, get dressed, throw 4 of those down your gullet because it's like 2 a.m, and you'd just go all day.
So I've got a question. This is not a political question, but this is a serious question.
Sure.
So y'all have been like intercepting drug boats and doing that for a long time. Like,
you're talking about this new thing,
drug boats. Just the way we're intercepting them with missiles is different now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the only difference. But like, it's always been a thing to intercept drug boats.
Correct.
Okay, that's what someone the other day was like.
No.
Done this in the history of ever, and
we have not done this. So not to get political, but so we do it in a way. So intercepting a drug boat is a lot different than using a cruise missile from an Aegis destroyer to blow it up. Like we have to roll up on it. One, we have to go through a lot of, it depends on where they're at, right?
Yeah.
So you have to do what are called bilats, which are bilateral agreements. So it depends on where you're at. You basically have to see kind of what the gist of the countries you're around on what actions you can do.
Okay.
One, the Navy can't do any of it because they are not a law enforcement agency. The Coast Guard is an internationally recognized law enforcement agency. So we can enforce U.S. laws in international waters. No other branch in the entire world can actually do that. Only the United States Coast Guard.
Hell yeah,
Yep.
go Coast Guard.
Give them their props.
So we can enforce U.S. law in international law, waters, right? So when we do these things, we roll up. Usually we'll have like most times we'll have a 24 to 48 hour ramp up where we're getting all the clearances and getting into position. And then when we execute the mission, it's done on a law enforcement side, not a war. Like we're not blowing up shit, right? We're there to capture, detain, and then prosecute is kind of the mission. So when we
not
detain,
every detainee might not be a drug boat.
well, no, they're all drug boats. So what happens is, so we call them a detainee because we don't charge them there, because then you have a certain amount of time before they have to go to court. So they become a detainee on the boat. And that's when we keep them in our hangar. So like we would go out for 5-month patrols. If we catch you in the first 2 weeks of the patrol, guess what? You're doing 5 months with us, brother. Yeah. So they're with us the whole time, right? But we still have to care for them within Geneva plus better conditions. There's all this stuff, right? But the big thing is I don't know. I think it does send a message to these dirty ass cartels. And hey, if the cartel's listening, fuck you guys. I don't care. I can give you Paul's address and you can go fucking take it up with him. But
come see me. We'll play.
He'll roll with you. No,
I'm shooting them. But anyway.
Yeah. But so just because we blow them out of the water, that's cool and all, and that will send a message. But then it gets all this other political stuff, right?
Yeah.
The better part is it when we seize it, and then we seize assets, detain assets that we can then flip to find the distribution, and that's actually where it gets better off, to where the Coast Guard has become, and the United States as a whole has become better. Now it's still, we went from like stopping 10% to stopping 25%, which is still, there's a lot squeaking through, but that's a big jump.
Oh yeah.
In a small amount of time. Because I would say when my first drug patrol, we caught 1 boat in 5 months. My last drug patrol that I did, we caught 76 in 5 months. So, and it's the same volume coming in. We've just gotten really good at it. Specifically, the United States Coast Guard are very good at intercepting, using other agencies, things like that, coordinated effort. Yeah. Using the missile that they're using to take down these go-fasts. One, these go-fasts are just usually around 24 to 35 foot fiberglass. We call them pangas. And they've got about 4 to 6 outboards on them.
Does the acronym go fast mean something?
No, it's just they go fast.
Just go fast.
They go fast.
It ain't a fishing boat.
It's just a drug. That's just a drug boat that's driving real fast.
Yeah. So like if you have like a fishing vessel, like it's just a go fast. It's any small, because in China they don't call them pangas. Panga's a Spanish word. Okay. So China, they're called something different. I can't remember. I didn't do a lot of drug enforcement over there, but so we just label them as go fast. Just go fast as anything. Normally it's over. There's a speed limitation. So normally it's over like 65 to 70 knots. Anything going faster than that, because that's what the radar picks it up as.
What's the mile per hour on 65 knots?
I think a mile, I can't remember. A mile per hour is like 1.52 mile per hour equals 1 knot.
Okay,
so about 78 miles an hour.
That's the minimum that we'll tag them at. We can get them at a lot more than that, right? But anyway, so to drop it on, dude, they cook. Like we chase them legitimately. Like our helicopters can go like 120 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll start to get outpaced before we take out their engines. Like these fucking things are cooking, right?
That's crazy. Okay.
But so mind you, it's this fiberglass fucking boat, a lot of engines on it. That's kind of expensive, right? Yeah. And a shit ton of product. And then it's got like 3 to 4 people on board. So we're going to drop a missile on them, which is absolutely very effective. But is it cost effective? No, because that fucking missile costs anywhere between $3 to $5 million to stop $1 million worth of contraband.
Yeah.
Yes, it sends a message. Is it a thing that we should be doing all the time? Absolutely not, because we can do it. If you just gave...
We're dosing a school of fish right below that thing. If we don't kill them on the impact, we're killing them with just the heroin.
We're gonna have deep blue sea sharks.
Yeah,
in the fucking Caribbean at some point because it's cocaine bear except sharks.
So they're going to be boats. Are they like armed to the teeth? Like, are they ready to kill?
I mean, yeah. All right. So normally they're carrying guns. They have guns. So normally they'll carry like a couple long rifles and everybody's got a pistol, right?
Yeah.
Depending on when you interdict them depends on their actions, right? So if you have a good CO and a good operations officer, you're going to conduct these things at night in a shock and awe technique, which is a lot of our helicopters have a row of lights underneath.
Yeah.
So we learned this from like a group that used to do this in the 80s, way long ago, right? 80s Coast Guard busting like the cocaine cowboys. So we had these pilots that showed up and they went throughout the fleet and showed this method. So the helicopter starts real high up, no fucking lights. We're talking no lights, not even like safety lights.
And they're just like running like night vision so they can see them.
Yep. So they're running night vision. We also have radar systems to where like on the ship, we can send them their exact location.
Yeah.
To triangulate it, we have 3 small boats who are running like 70 mile an hour with a machine gun on the front, armed to the teeth. But what happens is this helicopter goes at about 1,000 foot. They'll get up over the TOI, the target of interest, the go fast.
TOI.
And then these motherfuckers will hit a combat drop, and they'll just drop to about 50 to 100 feet on top of this fucking go fast.
Line them up.
And throw these lights on. And for the most part, it scares the fuck out of them.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And they usually jump out of the fucking boat at that point. Like, they're fucking done with this.
Yeah,
like, Alex, they don't know what the fuck it is. It's scary.
Alex, I would expect that the armament that these people have on the boat is strictly to keep other pirates,
to keep other drug runners off of them.
Yes. They're not trying to fight the Coast Guard or anybody like that.
Correct.
Their defense mechanism is to outgun another drug cartel trying to get it, or somebody trying to get them at the drop.
That's
point
not to say they
whatever.
haven't shot at us or rammed us,
right?
Or attempted,
but they ain't.
But for the most part,
they got
is
some AK-47s and some pistols, and it's just
it's a little more than that. It's M16s and
okay,
like.
But
we
they're
pulled like Desert
expecting
Eagles off these motherfuckers, like
50 cal machine gun. Yeah, I would expect that they're armed to what they think they might encounter from other cartels or people like that.
I want to go down a rabbit hole. I'm not taking control of this podcast, but I kind of
Yeah, you are. You always are. We only invite you on so you can take control of it. So Alex and
good
I can drink
book recommendations
and not do anything.
I remember we talked about this. You had the guy on who did like the Thin Green Line.
Huh?
Did you have? Oh no, never mind. Go ahead.
Oh,
we'll talk later.
Alex,
good book, though.
Alex, we got a guy that I told Alex Rudd. I texted him.
The conspiracy theorist.
Yeah,
we got that one.
Yeah,
I'm talking
Brandon
about something
Smith.
totally different. Go ahead.
My
Bud.
neck of the woods, but you got to get Brandon Smith. You and Brandon Smith might be. He's a podcast. He's been podcasting for over 10 years.
That's
you and
awesome.
Brandon Smith might be.
He fought Joe Rogan, choked him out.
Yeah.
Just
He
give
kicked him in the nuts.
All right, Rudd, what do you got? What are you taking over the podcast with?
Okay, so you were in the Coast Guard. You understand the. Okay, I'm going to preface this by saying if I say anything, I'm obviously you know what you can say and what you can't say because I don't know what your Q clearance is, but I'm sure that you have to have one.
E6 retired. He don't got no clearance.
Yeah,
I do. I still have a TS.
Well, no, you do now, but
I had one then.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Shut up.
Anyway,
Shut
I'm
up,
sure
Alex.
you had to have a Q
Go ahead
clearance.
and Rudd.
Not a Q
I'm sorry.
clearance, but yes.
Okay, so you had some sort of security.
I had a TS SCI clearance that I still actively hold.
Cool.
Nobody
awesome.
cares. Go ahead,
like
Rudd.
I've got a bunch of family that works out at Oak Ridge National Lab. They got clearance.
We talked about you last week with that.
Yeah. So like they got. Okay, so knowing what you know about the Coast Guard.
Yes.
And what you guys had, what you used, your interactions with other branches of the military, including the Navy, because the Navy is probably the one that's got probably the sickest shit you've ever seen your whole entire life.
100%.
When I've come to a new philosophy behind like UFOs and all this.
Okay.
I truly believe all of it is 100%.
I was trying to figure out where the fuck we were going with this.
Yeah,
I was like, oh shit.
I
All right,
truly believe
UFOs.
that all of it is 100% man-made and on Earth. And the reason that I say that is because, like,
I can't believe this.
The reason that I say that is because, like, dude, like, I know the kind of stuff that we have now.
Yeah.
I know the kind of shit that the U.S. government has got, especially the DOD, and then the DOE by extension, because all the DOE is the DOD with no budget. Is like
no. All right. So DOE.
No, hold on. The DOE. Hold on. The DOE are like the Delta Force of the departments.
I'll tell you this.
The DOE has more shit going on than anybody ever knows.
It's nothing to do with Delta Force. Delta Force is like badass.
I'm making a fucking analogy, Alex,
and it's an awful one.
I'll say this.
Brad.
DOE. I'll say this.
I work for DOE, so go fuck yourself.
I know that this much is.
And you're not Delta Force.
No, you two are like
Delta Force.
I know, like Oak Ridge National Lab, like a lot of what they do is like, oh, we're doing this for cancer research,
right?
But then in the black budget underneath the cancer research is how do we turn this into a weapon?
Right. How to turn everything into a weapon. Yes.
And so, like, knowing that, and like, I just feel like we're like 100 or 200 years behind in what the public knows of what the reality of what actually exists.
Yeah. So there's definitely projects. So there's definitely stuff more than what people think. And you see it now, like when there's Navy destroyers that are actively testing, and it's open, it's not classified anymore, but they're testing rail weapons, right? So this is a high energy projectile that is going to be launched. And this shit was science fiction 20 years ago, right? And the Navy's been testing it for 10 years to where this is like a possibility of getting rid of ballistic weapons, your missiles and all that, and moving to an energy-based.
Hypersonic.
Okay.
There's also like the Helios system, which would be a smaller version of that's done with lasers, that is being outfitted to Coast Guard and Navy ships. That is a smaller version, but it pinpoints. And again, this stuff was top secret 25, 30 years ago, but it was real the whole time.
Hey, so real quick, Rudd, before you go, to hear you say that the extraterrestrial stuff is man-made, I agree. Like, are there aliens out there in the universe? 100%. There's living organisms of some type out there. They're out there. Are they coming to the United States? No. It's not possible for that to happen. But there's shit out there. But everything that is happening that we're calling extraterrestrial or UFOs or whatever the fuck they call them now, it is all shit that's being done here.
Probably.
And the reason that I say this, and the reason I've had this perspective change, is, and I may have talked to you guys about this, is did I talk to you guys about the book, The Nuclear War Scenario?
Yes.
Okay, so then they've got the new movie out now, The House of Dynamite. Have y'all watched House of Dynamite?
Yes, no, I have.
So fantastic movie.
Wonderful.
Okay. Well, now I watch that and I read this book and I sit here and I go, there is zero, and I say zero way that America, the United States of America, is not working on a deterrent for thermonuclear ICBM based weapons.
Well, no, we already have it. Yes.
Well, but in these books and in these movies, there's nothing we can do about it. Like,
that's not true. We already have it.
There's just one defensive measure that we have that's going to not. No. There's no way. Like we have to have.
Oh, that was the best in that movie. Spoiler alert! But like when they launched the ground-based interceptors from Alaska, right? That's real. That's a real thing, right? Those are SM-2 missiles, standard missile number 2. Shout out Lockheed Martin. Thanks for paying my paycheck.
Whoa!
But anyways, they launched those up, right? But there is actually a large contingency of the Navy, and by that I mean about 25% of the Navy, operates on what's called an Aegis BMD mission, right? So that's the Aegis weapon system. And all Aegis does, it's like a super reactive internet that works in real time for warfighting. So it means that you, Rudd, are in Tennessee and you can see a threat. And I'm in New Jersey. I can fire on your threat all the way in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And vice versa, right? But what they do is they link this over thousands of nautical miles, right? And we have Navy ships who literally do nothing but sit in a position in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Waiting.
They literally sit in a box, and they'll drive this way in a box, and then they turn around and they drive this way, and they'll do that for 6 months. And then another ship relieves them, and that ship will drive this way and that way. And literally all they're there for
is nuclear deterrent.
Correct. So something like in that movie where it launched over, and that's an ICBM threat, right? And I love that one because they used a lot of terms that I know in my job now and when I was in the Coast Guard when they talked about shooting a bullet with a bullet. Because those missiles are fucking something crazy, dude.
Oh,
so
I mean, they're cooking.
The tip of them, they don't have an explosive.
Yeah.
The tip of them is a giant, jagged rock or like thing of granite, basically, and it's there to rip out the electronics of a missile. You're literally trying to hit a missile with a missile to kill the electronics, to then kill the threat, right? And it is tough, but I did like that. I thought that was really cool. As somebody who worked in like emergency management forever and all that stuff, it was really cool to see all sides of that. But I'm gonna tell you what, we're going to get 2 shots at this motherfucker, and that's it? No fucking way. We're taking way more than fucking 2 shots.
That's it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think all of these drones and these UFOs.
Oh, the drone thing in the Northeast. That was a big, I think that happened around Halloween last year when we had you on.
It was last year. Yeah.
I think that was a either U.S. done measure, right? To just kind of test whatever, or it could have been out what it is.
Yeah,
with a bunch of mimics afterwards.
It was a military operation,
right?
Like
they were trying to
out
hide.
that it wasn't anything.
But all that being said, I think that like when you like these UFOs, these things that are
these are just top secret missions that are going on with either experimental gear, or like non-experimental gear, but like shit we're trying to do that not everybody needs to know.
And I think all of them, honestly, are nuclear deterrent.
There's a lot of that. Yeah.
I think it's like the U.S. government's letting just little pieces of this out. And China and Russia knows enough that they're like, we can't shoot a missile at them, because if we do, they will literally knock it out of the sky.
So we have, so my opinion is we have such an agreement with specifically those 2 powers, right? I don't think we'll ever launch in my lifetime or my kids' lifetime, launch a nuclear assault at China or Russia, because all 3 of us know it will be
death.
Right.
Yes.
Now, the issue would be the other actors. So like something from Pakistan, something from Iran, something like that, something outside of like that kind of core group that have it. Even India, I think, is not a good one. Like what a lot of people don't know is like India is a nuclear power, and so is Pakistan. They don't get along, and they constantly like to threaten each other with a nuclear holocaust that would affect the entire world. That, I think, is more of a threat to us than a direct attack onto us, Russia, or China. I think it's actually Pakistan. This is way off of Bass and Brews at this point. But I think an actual attack between Pakistan and India is a larger threat. Also due to how like the winds work in that area, like the winds of the Indian Ocean feed the rest of the world just because of how it's placed. So once that fallout hits those areas, it's going to spread. And we saw it with, I forgot its name, the Japanese meltdown that they had, the nuclear meltdown, where that has affected salmon in Washington now, right? That's affected that. They're getting higher counts of radiation. So if something happened, I think it would be over there. I don't think it would be here. But I do think you're right. I think a lot of it is a show of force, and everybody's just trying to pop off, show that like, hey, like my dick still works. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I took out of this, Alex Rudd, is that you have changed your perception of UFOs, being extraterrestrial
Absolutely.
beings.
I mean, like I thought maybe
yeah.
they're extraterrestrial. I don't know.
I wish I had the clip lined up. Last year, you were full on that they were fucking aliens, dog.
It's not going to happen if you listen to what the fuck's the scientist Rogan's had him on. No. Yeah, Tyrese. It's not
Tyson
Tyrese.
DeGrasse.
Tyson DeGrasse.
He's an idiot.
If you hear him, he talks about if the closest planet that can have life on it, Tyrese Gibson.
I just like how Rudd said he's an idiot. The dude's way smarter than all of us.
No, he's super smart, but he's so smart that he's stupid. Like he says some of the. If you listen to him, like
does
just like,
but
dude, what? It's so stupid.
Dude's living Star Trek.
But
in his
when
head,
it comes to
fine.
UFOs, when it comes to extraterrestrial life making it here, us making it somewhere else, you have to travel at the speed of light. There's nothing in the universe that we have ever found that travels at the speed of light, but the speed of light. The next closest place that has
you could fold reality to skip those distances.
No. You can't.
Theoretically, yes, you can.
No, theoretically, you can't.
Theoretically,
you can't. They've already. I mean, Newton's
No. You're thinking no because space travel, long space travel.
It's the speed of light, bitch. And
because
nothing can go the speed of light. But light,
speed of light. Yeah.
Anyways,
all that being said,
I think you're right, Rudd.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the more that I thought about it, because like, again, not to get political. It's a little political. It's like when people are like, they're like, global warming is the biggest threat in the world. No, it's not. It's nuclear war.
Correct.
The Republicans or the Democrats are the biggest. No. It's nuclear war. Like it has been nuclear war. It will continue to be nuclear war. It has always been since they dropped the first bomb in Japan. It's been nuclear war.
We opened a Pandora's box of death and destruction that we have not been able to close. And it will be the one. No, it will never be. It'll always be a constant threat. It will always be a threat. And the scary part is that it will not be the main players is what threatens. It'll be the violent outside actor. That is the thing that is the most worrying. It's not, at least in my eyes, it's not a major power that we have launching because
they all know the result. Like the major power, I think that's what people really don't understand. And
it's the rogue actor that will fuck shit up.
Like Pakistan. Like you think about Pakistan, like people, it is not a country like our country.
Correct.
Like people are like, it is a country and it's has this, and it's just like they have a Target down the street where I go buy my baby. No, they don't. No, it's not that way.
Correct.
It's not. And if they get a nuclear weapon, just like if Iran got a
they have one.
They have one.
No. Pakistan is a nuclear power.
Yeah.
They have multiple ICBMs.
So does North Korea.
Not a good idea.
North Korea can have as many as they want. Bass and Brews will stand on this. Fuck you, North Korea. You can't shoot shit. Your missiles suck dick. Astroglide can make a better fucking launching system than fucking you guys can.
Can I tell you a story about North Korea?
What?
This is pretty cool. It's a story about North Korea.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so I went to college with this guy that was in the Navy.
Yeah.
I don't know how true the story is. Story he told me. So if I'm
the same story Alex tells, not true.
If I'm revealing national secrets, this story was told to me by a guy that
you're not held accountable. You don't have a security clearance.
No, yeah. So whatever.
It's
so
secondhand.
He told me this story that he was in the Navy. He was going to college after he got out of the Navy, like on his GI Bill and all that stuff. So me and this guy became fast friends. Because it was funny, he was like talking about live scope before live scope was even like a thing that the public knew about.
He was live scoping North Koreans.
So he was telling me that, like, because I was trying to explain to him what live scope was, at that time panoptics, and he was telling me, he's like, oh yeah, we had that on the boat. We could see like whales swimming by from like a quarter mile away. Like he says, incredible. Yep. I was like, that's badass. But anyway, so he told me a story that one time that he was on a destroyer. Mm-hmm. And they had been positioned off the coast of North Korea in international waters, just kind of, chilling out there, watching them do whatever they do. I don't know, whatever the mission is, right? And he said that it was at the kind of the height, they're trying to test stuff and they're trying to test missiles and they're threatening to test missiles and whatever else. And they had tried to shoot one off and something happened. Well, he said that there was apparently a kind of pretty contentious point where they get one where they're getting some information in on it, like, oh, this one might actually work. Like, this might actually work. Like, and so they're getting a little bit nervous. He said the day or the night before the launch, they get some sort of command or whatever. And like, he's working the bridge. That's where he worked.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that apparently there's some command come over and they're like, we got this coming in on radar. They're friendlies. Like, they're going to come board the ship, blah, 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 blah. He said it was like 3 underwater craft. They come, they get on the ship. They walk in like an hour later, dude with a beard and a M4 strapped on his chest comes walking in, talks to the captain of the ship. They sit there powwow for a few minutes, walks back out of the bridge. He doesn't see him ever again. The next day they go to test this missile and this missile doesn't work.
Yep.
It blows up on the launch pad.
Yep.
He said right after that, they pulled off the coast of North Korea and left and got back into a position or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, what was that? And he was like,
fucking sabotage, dog.
He's like, bro, all I'm saying is that those dudes came from North Korea, and the next day that missile didn't work. And I was like, it was at that moment I was like, man, we're badass.
Listen, I'll tell you,
if you have a friend that is on one of the submarines, those are the ones that are going to be able to give you the information that nobody else can give. You can never say their name. You can never out them. But if you want to hear stories, it's the submarine guys, because they're the ones that are sitting closest to anybody.
Also doing nothing, just sitting
doing
there,
nothing but
jerking
collecting information and being there.
That's why they call submarine-based ICBMs the handmaidens of the apocalypse, because they just come everywhere. Up, they launch one, and they go back down, never to be seen again, undetected.
They don't even have to come up, though.
And
they can launch
they do. They have
being
to,
in the water.
Well, no, but they have to come up to a certain depth. They can't be like the miles that they are.
Yeah, but they ain't floating on the top like a goddamn
they do not have to
battleship.
The Trident can be pretty far down. As a whole, total, again, this has been an episode of jiu-jitsu.
Hey, real quick before you get there, Alex Rudd. Alex Rudd. No, I got a question. I got to ask it now. I'm going to forget it. My ADHD.
I'm going to forget it.
Alex Rudd, you said that extraterrestrials are not extraterrestrial. They're human, Earth-made. So are you telling me that the first human will be fucked by Bigfoot before they will an alien? Is this what I'm hearing?
Listen, bro, at this point.
No. Answer the question. It's an easy question. Will the first human being be fucked by a Bigfoot or an alien?
It depends on what you consider an alien.
Simple question. Alien
like
or
extraterrestrial?
Bigfoot? Extraterrestrial,
like the one
from another dimension.
From Splice.
Now, it'll have to probably be Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bigfoot does it first.
You. I love that. I love it.
It's the likelihood. I say if we're throwing out percentages here, it's probably going to be Bigfoot first. Okay. Hey, I do have something crazy on. You remember? I think I did it on the Halloween episode. I told the story about my dad and the white creature thing that he saw in the woods.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of my favorite podcasts, Blurry Creatures, the other day had an episode about a guy from East Tennessee who saw the white creatures in 2009.
What?
Yes. Also, you were brought up last week, specifically because you told your family they've got that collider out in Tennessee, right? Like the mini collider.
Hadron Collider, yeah.
Right? Remember, Paul? So the new news is that Bigfoots are using that collider to create portals to go to their world and ours.
Listen. I believe in multiple dimensions.
These bitches can't speak English, but they got a goddamn hadron collider that can put them in different dimensions.
Listen, when they spit their dip, that bitch goes into a whole nother fucking dimension.
They say, boys, fire shit up. We can do today. Mm-hmm.
I will say one more thing about the whole nuclear holocaust. We don't have to worry about subs on our end because every other country sucks at doing subs than us. So
yeah, I think that's a whole other thing people just like don't get. Like, dude,
we're fucking good at that. They fucking suck.
Yeah, like we're like I think that's like the one thing is like you have watched way too much of the news if you legitimately think that the United States still is the pinnacle of everything badass in the world. Like, dude, we're so like here's us and here's everybody else.
And it doesn't matter. There's a whole lot of complaining, like, oh, there's so many millennials and whatever Gen Alpha or whatever. in the
They
military, and it's ridiculous. Like, just so we're clear, like, it doesn't matter. I've served with right wingers. I've served with hardcore left. I've served with everybody on the spectrum. When the shit hits the fan, even in the Coast Guard, we'll fuck you up, right? It doesn't matter the branch. We will fuck you up. And also, we spend like 9 times as much as most countries' full income. We spend that on defense. We will fuck
GDP.
you up. GDP,
Oh,
thank
GDP.
you. We will fuck you up in different advanced ways. All over the place. We'll fuck you sideways. We'll fuck you in the kitchen. We'll fuck you in the bathroom. We're going to get you in your cousin's truck.
And Bigfoot's
We're going to
gonna
get
stick
you,
his dick in your ear.
right? We're going to get you at the grocery store.
We were watching that movie.
I was trying to fade in to us fucking other countries
Okay, well, no,
with the music. But go ahead. Go ahead, Rich.
like we were watching that movie, The House of Dynamite, the other day,
Yes.
and like Bethany goes, she goes, so like if this really happened, what do you think would happen? I said we would have to make a public statement about the UFO that took it out, that it was the United States'
It was
technology.
the UFO. Yeah, no shit.
She was
right?
like, "You really think so?" I said, "Yeah." I said, if someone were to ever shoot a missile at us, wherever it came from,
yeah,
if someone were to ever shoot a missile at us, I said it would change the world forever.
100%.
I said, and not because it ever hit anything, but because we would have to come out and go, yeah, this is what this is.
Yeah, we've got light weapons again, like the rail weapons. Look into the rail gun.
Only,
the rail guns
there's
are
only a
nuts.
handful of missiles that can reach the continental U.S. We're not talking about Hawaii or Alaska. The
Right.
continental
The
U.S.
ICBMs.
Yeah, it is. It's
That's
just,
why we are the
you know,
superpower that we are. Is we are so far removed from everything else
everything else.
that we can do whatever the fuck we
That's
want
why
to
the
do.
Cuban Missile Crisis was such a big deal because they had shit.
Hey, total side note,
65 miles away.
rabbit hole, as Red would say. There was a local bar when I lived in Philly, and they had a Quizzo night, and you got
Quiznos
prizes.
Was awesome.
You got prizes for first place, second place, and best name. And we won best name one week with the Cuban penis crisis.
God.
That's awesome. But no, yeah, I got to thinking about all that. Like I got to thinking about that a while back, and it was just like I went down a rabbit hole of like, man, we just really. It's like there's no way that we're just this far behind. Like there's
Right.
just not. Like it's just in like two. We don't even think about space. Like
Oh, we got shit up there.
yeah, well, like Elon's been launching all kinds of stuff, and like you can't tell me that everything that he launches is on the uppity up.
Listen,
I don't know.
should not.
Half his shit has been launched and died before it ever got
Listen,
into the.
I shouldn't release this.
atmosphere.
Just like I shouldn't have released the KVD intel we got. I have the intel. Elon is doing nothing but launching penis enlargement satellites. They're just trying to make his wiener bigger.
I would totally see if I could do one of those. I need it.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
I saw something the other day. It was pretty cool.
Is a big wiener.
It's huge. Biggest wiener I ever saw. I got a story about that too. Listen, no, but for real, this was pretty sick. There's a guy who has started a company to be able to take solar energy from space, because it's like the most direct solar energy that you can get,
Mhm.
and then shoot it from that satellite to a satellite on the ground and collect that energy and then use it.
Yep.
And the guy's like, listen, it's like at the beginning stages, like
Yep.
we're like a kilowatt per day or whatever. He said, but like if we can keep advancing this and I can keep compounding on this technology, and then we can start working with Elon and doing all this stuff, he said, like we could make it where we could have solar energy like you've never seen
Free
before.
power.
Yeah. I was like, that's really cool. And like, it's just, I don't know. I think all that stuff's like cool. I think I just hear so much negative crap about everything, like from every
Sure.
side. Like we suck. It's not this good. We suck at technology. We suck at math. We're the last in the world in this. And I'm just like, man, we're building a nuclear reactor 45 minutes from, not even for 20 minutes from my house. Like,
Good.
like we're still as good as we've ever been. Like, why aren't we talking about the good stuff? You know,
I
Yeah.
don't know. South Carolina spent 10 years making a nuclear power plant for like $6.5 billion that is now rotting.
Well, that's because it got shut down because it's supposed. All right, nuclear power is another iffy one, right?
Mhm.
I personally am for nuclear power as long as it's done correctly, right? Like Chernobyl was not fucking done correctly, and things have not, 3 Mile was not done correctly. It wasn't maintained properly, but like New Jersey has the Oyster Creek power plant, the largest power plant in the Northeast, and they shut it down, and they're turning that bitch back on. Fucking good. It'll drive power down, right? But Rudd, you're absolutely right. There's so much negativity on each side. Obviously, in politics now, there's a left and there's a right, and everybody fucking just argues and digs in their heels in and talks about how one side makes America awful, and then the other side goes, no, you're making America awful. I know somebody in the middle who hears that. All I hear is two large groups of people saying that America is awful. And I don't think it is. I think we are still the greatest. I still think that we are the greatest country on this earth that has ever been here. I think we've given chances to people more than any other country. Yes, we've had our problems, right? And we've tried to correct those problems, and we still have problems nowadays. But are they to the point where America is evil? Absolutely fucking not. I think it's a lot of people who are sheltered and haven't gone to other countries and seen how they treat their people. And I think it's disgusting when people, yes, we have issues. I'm not saying we don't have issues. We definitely have issues that need to be fixed, right? But to say that everything that we do is awful, I don't think is helpful for anybody.
All I want to know is
spoken like a true
the question I have asked a professional on this show is, what style is Bigfoot style?
You ever seen a gorilla screw?
That's it.
I've seen numerous, but I want to know what's Bigfoot style.
No, before we end, the real question we have to answer, and everything that we've talked about, the real question we have to answer today: does Bigfoot have a dog style penis or a human style penis? And
human style.
I say good night.
All right, everybody.
Nope, it's pointy like a dog penis.
Everybody have a great
week. But they don't do it doggy style. I think that they have their own style that we don't know about yet.
Be good to each other, and if not, have the fucking week you deserve.
Hey-o.